Welcome to the Time Traveler's Bed and Breakfast. My name is Carol, and you have found the place. How is the Time Traveler's Bed and Breakfast like a TARDIS?
The inside's bigger than the outside?
Yeah.
It's bigger on the inside.
Is it? I noticed.
That's right. It feels bigger on the inside. When you step through the door, of course, the first thing you'll notice is going to be the staircase. The luggage lift is the nearest thing to a vicarious thrill ride attraction that I can provide. It's a simple garage door operator that's been mounted vertically and balanced perfectly. It can carry a 50-pound suitcase. Not only is it fun to watch, it also saves the walls of my stairwell from getting scratched up. So please, don't scratch up my walls. Use the elevator. So after you've gotten yourself upstairs with all your luggage, you'll probably head to your bedroom first. The Hill Valley Continuum is on this side. The Multiverse is on this side. The newest addition to the Multiverse is this typewriter. It is fully functional and you are encouraged to type on it. There is a phone holder right here in the Microverse, and there are two USB adapters under the desk. The Multiverse is a lot of fun at night. You can spin the generator to activate the Bifrost Rainbow Bridge, and after you've turned off all the lights, you'll discover that the stars and moon glow in the dark. Here in the Hill Valley room, I have a few antiques and replicas and game things that you can enjoy. The first thing I want to show you is the fireplace, and it's just a little prop, but it's fun. It does generate heat, so you push the button down for heat, down for more heat, and that comes from down below here. Over here we have Marty's gun and gun holster. Remember from 1885, he was given the Colt Peacemaker. So this is a replica of that, and you're welcome to take that off the end of the bed and play with that, grown-ups. And his hat is hanging in the bathroom. You can get in a little target shooting with these rubber band pistols. If you have a little one and you need the pack and play, I'm glad to set that up for you. Just let me know in advance. I'll put that in the same spot as the Hope Chest because there's really nothing on the walls or within reach for your toddler to grab. So it's a really good spot. There's a music box here in the corner. There's a tiny flux capacitor in the bathroom. If you have a lot of rings, you can take them off before you wash your hands and put them right there. The bathtub is also a sauna space, and the shower head is detachable. Inside this top drawer, you'll find a lighter and some matches. That's because we have a little scented candle here and a scented candle here. In the Hill Valley closet, we have what I call the futuristic Freon food cooler. Then we also have a corset for the ladies to play with. You can actually take that off the rack and try and put that on. It's really a lot of fun. And then you've got a 1940s, 50s fur coat that was my grandmother's, and you're welcome to take that off the rack. Try that on too. Now you may be wondering why I named my bed and breakfast the Time Traveler's Bed and Breakfast. What's this fascination with time travel? Well, it's been in my life since I was 18 years old. This is me in Back to the Future 3. So time travel has been a big part of my life for a long time. Right here we've got 3 call sheets from Back to the Future 3 that I was able to pluck out of the trash can when I was working on the films. And these are just copies, and you're welcome to look at those. These are the sheets that are handed out to the cast and crew before each day filming, and it tells you what your call time is, what props and costumes and things that you need to bring, and just what's being shot that day. And so it's just kind of fun to see a little snapshot of what was going on in the middle of filming. So there's 3 of those to look at. Now there are 1 or 2 things here in the parlor that if I didn't tell you about them, you would miss them completely. One of them is my homemade cocoa. So you pull out the ingredients and the tools in here, and there are 3 ingredients basically: chocolate, chocolate, and more chocolate. The next thing you might be surprised about is that this high chair can be used for your baby. If you let me know in advance that you want to use it, then I can remove the dolls and different things, and then you can actually use the high chair. Of course, the main reason you come into the parlor will be to have breakfast, and you should definitely look everything over the night that you arrive because there's a lot to see. On the wall over here, we've got the menu that clearly identifies everything that I've provided, and there's heating instructions because there's a lot of things that need to be heated. So those are all here in the freezer, and everything is clearly labeled. Down here in the refrigerator section, we've got jams and fruit and a lot of milk products that cannot be frozen. I only provide milk upon request. On this side of the room, we have a 1947 console radio. This is from my grandfather's house. So my dad listened to old radio shows on this when he was a kid in the 1950s. So it's very appropriate for this room. It's only a prop now, obviously. We don't get radio anymore, so sorry. But we do have other things you can listen to and watch. So in here I have a whole bunch of VHS tapes. So we've got several episodes of Northern Exposure, which takes place in Alaska, so that's appropriate. And we have a variety of other old ones I thought would be interesting. And you can play those down here in the VHS player. So there's no remote. Sorry, it's very old school. And you can just press the mode button up here on the screen, and then that will switch it to the VHS, and you can play VHS tapes there. I also have a phonograph, a record player, on the very bottom. And I have a variety of mostly show tunes, but we have some Hawaiian stuff too, I think, over here in the green bench. So just open that up and you'll see games, but you'll also see the records that you can play. Vinyls, I guess we call them now. And you just run the wire up to the speaker up here. And it's actually, I think it's easy, but some people won't think it's easy. So you decide what you want to do. But it's there for you if you want it. In the bench, you will find vinyl records and several games you can play. There's Connect 4, there's a couple of puzzles, the Mad Magazine game is a classic, Superfection with all the pieces, and there's a set of classic games in the box with the broken lid. I also have a very special pack of Back to the Future playing cards that I can provide you upon request. There's nothing bigger on the inside than a book. Most of the books in this library have been made into movies. A Wrinkle in Time is a 3-book set. The Narnia series is 7 books. Jules Verne wrote 5 books, and H.G. Wells wrote 6 books. I even found books for children that are based on Back to the Future. You have to dig into history to find the treasure, and this is a great spot to begin. There's a step stool in the quantum realm so kids can reach the sink. I also have a board that we can put across the hallway and use it as a baby gate. Okay, this is the part of the bed and breakfast that I get the most excited about because it's the DVD collection. There are so many great time travel stories. There is Back to the Future, of course. There are several of my favorite Doctor Who doctors. There are just loads of time travel stories and multiverse stories and alternate realities. But besides these, we've got the Hollywood Experience. We've got a kids section, we've got a Christmas section, we've got an inspirational section, and then we've got a variety of other shows, and I mean I've got all of the Lord of the Rings extended cut, Pride and Prejudice, the whole thing. So there's a lot here. So why in the world would you use the Roku? Why would you watch the news? Why would you do that? Grab a DVD, get some popcorn, and watch some movies. The garden is filled with reminders from several stories in time and space. You can walk across the Einstein-Rosen Bridge into the Wonderland Chronosphere. Watch the plants grow strangely fast in this Alaska time warp that we call summer. Play some miniature ping pong while you're here. In the center of the garden is the Stargate excavation. You may recognize the symbols on the Stargate from our local zodiac. Do you know the seventh symbol that enables you to dial home? The red leaves of this young maple tree are a sure sign that this tree has traveled through time. Now this little plant right here is chives, and it's special because it was a gift from my cousin's wife. But also, when I dug down to plant these chives, I unearthed a little piece of trash. Well, one person's trash is another person's treasure. I unearthed a DVD, and the DVD that I dug up was this very one. And you know which one it is? Signs. So I went and bought a copy of Signs and put it in my library upstairs. This one's not playable, it's too scratched up. But I think it was pretty amazing that it was right next to the Stargate, which looks like a crop circle. And this movie is about crop circles. If you want to learn more about crop circles, I'll soon post an informative display inside the Stargate treehouse. The treehouse is a fun place for the whole family to explore. You can watch the birds through the windows or climb below and imagine yourself in a spaceship. The oversized swing is strong enough for a grown-up to enjoy. I'm always making modifications and upgrades whenever I get a new idea. Between April and October, you can borrow any of these bikes. Just let me know what you need and I'll set it out for you. The garden is a lovely place to just sit and have a picnic. Well, that's all I can think of to cram into this video for you. I hope you have a great time. If you have any questions, obviously you can text me or email me, and I look forward to meeting you.